Matthew, our main character, just landed in France. He's just arrived from a flight, excited from traveling. Quickly, he calls his daughter Sarah saying, "I'll be back home really soon." After a fast drive, he's at his apartment, with no time to clean his suitcase, and Sarah talks to him through a walkie-talkie. "Dad, come to Mom's," she tells him. It's right across the street, so Matthew takes a box and goes straight there. Knock, knock. The door opens, and there's Anna, his wife, busy teaching a class online. They don't stop to say hi. Matthew goes right to Sarah's room, and wow, it looks like something from a sci-fi movie. Sarah lives in a bubble-like room because she's allergic to almost everything outside. Matthew gives her the box, filled with scents from Canada, pine trees, fresh snow, and more. Sarah finds a memory chip in it, puts it in her VR set, and suddenly, she sees the Rocky Mountains and a beautiful lake. It's amazing, like bringing the outside, inside. Once Anna finishes her class, Matthew is ready to tell some big news. "We might be able to cure Sarah," he says, excited. "There's a new treatment in Canada." Anna is cautious. "Let's not hurry," she says. "We need to learn more and get the facts." Matthew is disappointed. But what can he do? He goes back to his place, feeling down. Meanwhile, Sarah talks with her friends Charlotte and Noe on video. "Guess what? We're going on a virtual trip to Canada." She's excited. It's like they're all going on an adventure without leaving home. But then, while Matthew is in the shower, the ground shakes. An earthquake hits Paris. The power goes out, and everyone panics. Sarah's room goes into emergency mode. She's scared naturally. She calls for her dad. Matthew rushes out, putting on clothes in the middle of the chaos of sirens and people screaming. Outside, birds flying everywhere. And then, the scary part. Thick, dangerous smoke comes from the ground, hurting anyone it touches. Matthew sees a dangerous fog moving through the streets, covering everything. He knows this is serious and quickly acts to protect his family from the harmful air. "Hurry, Anna. We need to leave. And don't breathe the outside air," he tells Anna urgently. Thinking about Sarah's safety, he reassures her. She's okay in her bubble. For now, they run upstairs, trying to escape the dangerous fog, and find a safe place with Lucien and Colette, an older couple. They close all doors and windows and watch as the fog covers the city, leaving only the tops of buildings visible. Colette is worried about her son in this scary situation, but Lucien stays strong and comforts her. Meanwhile, Matthew is thinking about what to do next. Anna talks to Sarah on the walkie-talkie, who feels trapped by the fog. They decide Matthew must go out to get an oxygen tank. He takes only a hammer and a flashlight from Lucien and heads out with bravery. After breaking a window to get in somewhere, he finds a neighbor who didn't make it, which shows him how dangerous this situation is. But he keeps going and finds an oxygen tank. He tells Anna, "I've got it," and decides to check on Sarah. With the oxygen tank and some important supplies, he makes his way to Sarah's room. He leaves her with food, light, and a new battery for her bubble, and promises to return soon. Matthew finds himself in a very scary situation. The busy streets are now quiet, filled with people who have sadly died too soon. But Matthew is very smart and doesn't panic. He quickly looks for batteries in cars nearby, hoping to find some help in this scary time. Suddenly, he hears a whistle. It seems to tell him to be careful and leads him to soldiers who are helping people stay safe, all wearing gas masks. They are trying to get to Montmartre, a high place safe from the dangerous fog. Matthew asks the soldiers what's happening, but they don't know more than he does. They give him a mask and ask him to come with them for safety. However, Matthew thinks of his family and can't leave them. He takes an extra mask and goes back to them, telling them about his day and the soldiers trying to help people. At night, Anna tries to get news from a radio, and they share quiet moments with the people they're staying with. In the morning, the radio only plays emergency warnings, telling people to stay safe. An explosion makes Matthew and Anna go to the roof with binoculars, and they see people fighting for space in Montmartre, the safe place. Anna thinks they should go to Charlotte's house on the hill, thinking it will be safer for Sarah to be with her friend. They plan to get a special suit from a lab. They tell Sarah they'll come back, cheering her up with the hope of a new start. But Sarah wants them to check on Noe, who is by himself. As they leave, a scary dog chases them, making them run through the empty streets. Suddenly, Matthew falls into a river, and Anna, after escaping the dog, can't find him. She calls for him near a bridge, but only hears the wind. The city feels very sad and lonely. Matthew gets out of the river, wet but okay, thinking only about finding Anna. Anna is walking to the lab, feeling the importance of their task. Just when Anna is about to go into the lab by herself, Matthew shows up, tired, but happy to be with her again. They go into the lab together, looking for a special suit they need. They find it after searching many rooms. But suddenly, an explosion throws them against a wall. Matthew's coat catches fire. Anna quickly uses a fire extinguisher to put out the fire, but Matthew's air tank is now broken. They have to share Anna's air as they leave the building. Matthew gets a burn from the fire, which Anna takes care of quickly because they don't have much air left. Matthew decides Anna should go on without him because their daughter needs her. They say goodbye with a kiss that shows how serious their situation is. Anna walks through dangerous streets, and Matthew goes over the roofs, both trying to get to safety. Anna's air runs out right when she gets to a safe place, and she barely makes it. They find out the suit is damaged, which makes their plan even harder. Meanwhile, Matthew finds supplies on a parking lot roof but also sees how unsafe the city has become. He meets a police officer, and they fight. Matthew manages to take the officer's weapon, showing how tough he has become to survive. Now Matthew is in a tough spot with a police officer. It's a tense moment where they are both very serious. The officer wants to get his mask back but gets hurt by a dangerous fog in the air. At the same time, Anna is hurrying at home. Her phone beeps a warning. Sarah's important medicine is almost out of power. Anna quickly decides to do something very brave. She takes a deep breath and goes into the dangerous area to change the battery, showing how much a mother can love. Soon after, Matthew comes back to find everything too quiet. He hears Sarah over the walkie-talkie, happy, but worried about her mom's brave act. Matthew feels a strong worry as he hurries to find Anna and sees her not moving, just short of being safe. This makes him very sad. Then, an earthquake hits Paris again, making the fog worse. Matthew knows they can't stay any longer. He gets more determined to save his daughter. Even when Lucien gives up, Matthew doesn't. He promises to go out and bring back hope. Sarah is very scared of losing him, but Matthew tells her he will return. He is not just running an errand, he is fighting to survive. On his journey, Matthew finds a bus driver's body wearing a safety suit. He takes the suit to protect himself from the fog. Riding a scooter, he rushes back, like a modern hero, trying to save the day. Matthew, our hero, is riding fast on a scooter in the foggy streets, like a brave knight. Suddenly, he sees a boy in the fog, making his heart skip a beat. Trying to avoid the boy, Matthew turns quickly, but the scooter slips, and he falls, feeling the world spin as he crashes. Meanwhile, Sarah is in the apartment, nervously waiting for her dad's response on the walkie-talkie, but all she gets is silence, making her worry more. Suddenly, someone comes into her room, which scares her. Who could it be? On the street, Matthew wakes up with a headache, covered in blood and feeling a lot of pain. He remembers he needs to get back, holding on to the suit that's very important for his daughter's health. But the pain makes it hard to move. Just when things seem hopeless, Sarah and Noy appear out of the fog, a sight so surprising it feels like magic. Sarah runs to hug her dad, a moment they almost didn't get. Noy, the quiet helper, watches, with the fog no longer a problem. How is this happening? Matthew is confused but happy to see his daughter, who used to be stuck in a special room, now standing in front of him, free. The story ends with a surprise. Matthew finds himself inside Sarah's special room, the world outside unclear, trying to piece together his memories. Now, it's Sarah taking care of him. Their roles switched in a way no one expected. Our tale ends reminding us of the strong bond in families, the surprising changes life can bring, and the lasting power of love and courage. Please like and share.